Well, hello. Welcome. Welcome to Unity Spiritual Center in Westlake, Ohio. It is our great pleasure to open wide our doors to you. My name is Susan Armstrong, and I'm a member here for about over 20 years now. And while we have the most amazing things going on here, our Sunday services, we have morning prayer calls, we have a community that is like family, and we're looking for a new family member. We are looking for someone who is ready to lead us. We're looking for someone to listen. We're looking to someone to share their wisdom with us. We're aligning ourselves and waiting for you. And we know and we trust that you are on the way. Our hearts are open. Our minds are elevated. We are here and wish you were too. So please join us and consider our community. This is unlike many others. Our community is tight. We are love in action. We are ready for someone to lead us, to keep the lessons coming. We have so much to learn, and we are willing to grow. Come plant your seed with us, and let's grow together. Thank you so very much. Looking forward to seeing you soon. Blessings.
Welcome to Unity Spiritual Center, Westlake. We are the light.
Welcome to Unity Spiritual Center in Westlake, Ohio. My name is Greg Scuttern, and I'm president of the Board of Trustees. We have an active, spirit-inspired center with more than 200 members and a weekly Sunday attendance of nearly 100 since we reopened in 2021. Our congregation first began meeting in Cleveland, Ohio in 1926, making the move to this building in 1971 and completing a major expansion in 2011. Our Board Vice President Eileen Spada will now give you some information about our buildings and grounds.
Hi, my name is Eileen Spada, and I'm Vice President on the Board of Trustees. My main area of interest has been buildings and grounds. We have a main building that was built in 1971 and an addition that was put on in 2009. Our amazing congregation and board have a wonderful abundance consciousness. So much so that in the last 2.5 years, we've been able to put in 4 furnaces and air conditioners, a $10,000 drainage project, gutters and downspouts, and just recently, a new roof on the old building. Our capital campaign is still ongoing. We have amazing grounds, among which we have a 90-foot labyrinth, which is the largest in Ohio, and people come from all over to come and see it and walk it. We have Diane Spence, who is a wonderful congregant who is also a master gardener, and she oversees all of our gardens.
We have many special events and annual programs. We recently completed our fall program book study. We have annual men's retreats, women's retreats, dances, concerts, and youth dramas. Each weekday, we have a community prayer call available to whomever wants to join to help begin our day in a spiritual way. Our center has a very active volunteer participation with many congregants involved in youth and family ministry, Sunday service, prayer ministry, in-reach, outreach, correspondence, and support for our buildings, grounds, and labyrinth. We have a dedicated staff, including an office manager, bookkeeper, youth director, music director and musicians, Sunday production team, and custodian. Now here are the voices and smiling faces of some of our congregants sharing their experiences here at USC.
Hi, I'm Terry Brewer. I've been at Unity Spiritual Center over 20 years, and I really love it. And the reason I love it can be related with a little story. In recent years, we've had several authors speak at our church: Neil Donald Walsh, Greg Braden, Michael Beckwith, and Will Bowen, who wrote A Complaint-Free World. And Mr. Bowen told me something really interesting when he was with us. He said that he'd never been to a church where people respected each other more, where the congregants praised each other all the time about everything that everybody did. And that is so true. One of the joys of Unity Spiritual Center is that we love each other. We support each other. If somebody volunteers to do something, then we support that person. And almost everybody in our community volunteers. We have a huge bunch of people that volunteer. It's a remarkable community of support and love and unity principles, and just a community. And I've lived in 5 states, and I've been in Unity churches, 2 in the South and 2 in the West. And Unity Spiritual Center of Westlake is quite extraordinary.
Hi, my name is Toyin, and I've been attending Unity Spiritual Center for close to 4 years now. And the main reason I still remain here is because after traveling across so many stops in Christianity, the moment I walked into this church, when I did, it felt and still feels like home. The open-mindedness of people, the non-judgmental nature or atmosphere of the place, the friendliness, the warmth, the sense of family, and the way people just see one another as both physical family and spiritual family is overwhelming. It makes me comfortable. And every time I come to church, I come with a light mind, knowing that I'm coming into the midst of love and real people. And that's why I still keep coming. It feels like home.
Welcome home.
Hi, my name is Shannon Sable, and my family and I have been a part of Unity Spiritual Center for a little over a year. Our favorite activity at Unity is the Labyrinth Walks. There is organized spring and fall equinox labyrinth walks and summer and winter solstice labyrinth walks. We love the meditative practice and use it as a time of reflection, and it's a really wonderful place and time to get to know our community as well. The reason Unity Spiritual Center is our spiritual home is the inclusiveness, the open-mindedness, and the warmth and welcoming feeling that we get every single time that we come. I remember my very first service coming here. After service, we went to the fellowship room, and in the back corner there's a lending library. And I was so impressed that there were so many different books of different faiths and spiritual traditions. It was such a variety and so inclusive. There were so many books that were on my very own bookshelf at home, and I immediately knew that this was the place for us.
There are many wonderful things about living in the Cleveland area. 3 major league sports teams, 7 colleges and universities, the world-class Cleveland Orchestra, museums, the Cuyahoga Valley National Park, and we also have a very reasonable cost of living compared to many other major metro areas in the country. We thought it might be interesting to highlight Oberlin, Ohio, where Oberlin College is located, Myrtle Fillmore's alma mater. It's only 20 miles west of our center. Thank you again for your interest in Unity Spiritual Center in Westlake, Ohio. We look forward to receiving your application and talking with you about your interest in becoming part of our beloved community. And here are the stories of a few more people we'd like to introduce you to as part of our community here at Unity Spiritual Center.
There was a question asked as far as what we would do to support
our new minister in their role here. And I think first and foremost, we see them as a mentor in our spiritual growth, but we see them as people. They're humans. They have their own issues. They have their own challenges. They don't need to be put on a pedestal that would make it more difficult for them to live their spiritual journey. And so as much as they are here to teach us, we are here to support them in their challenges as well. We've been going for a year and a half without a minister, and part of what I love about Unity Spiritual Center is how people have risen to the occasion. We feel the spiritual nudge to do something, and it happens. It does it. People move up. We're almost at the direction of some invisible minister now, but we look forward to having a physical presence that we can relate to as well.
Hello, my name is Sandra Busher. I've been attending Unity for about 7 to 8 years now. And what surprises me, I never saw myself being an organized religion, but Unity here fit. And what I love about Unity, it's not one particular activity that I like, it's just that there are so many activities and classes that I can take. And they have them during the day, evenings, weekends, so I can always fit it into my schedule, which I really enjoy. My favorite thing about USC here, it's the community, honestly. The community here is so loving and caring and kind. And a good example of this was during the pandemic. On Sunday service, we had live streaming here, and people would sit outside in the parking lot, and we could support each other, and someone would show up who was having maybe a difficult time or needed to be around people. They would show up, and we could support them, which I thought was just fantastic.
My name is Diane Spence, and I've been coming to this church for about 30 years. And what keeps me coming back is that I am learning so much about how to live a fulfilled and happy and joyous life. The messages and the things that I take away from here and talking with people just gives me confidence to help other people live a happy and joy-filled life. The things that I enjoy doing the most here is taking care of the gardens outside, and that's very fulfilling. And also, any social activity that involves potlucks. Those are just my favorite.
Hello, my name is David Schwartz. One of the greatest takeaways that I've gotten here at USC is the power of affirmative prayer. With affirmative prayer, I have found an abundance in my life and grown quite spiritually and have peace within my heart. Each Sunday, I get to take away a new tidbit of information that I can take out into the world and spread that love with my fellow humans.
Hi, I'm Lori, and I've been attending USC for about 40 years. We raised our kids here in the youth ed, and I've served in many capacities. I love coming here all this time because of the Unity teachings and this church in particular. I've appreciated and learned from all the different ministers we've had over the years. They've each brought their unique talents and love and approach. Each one has been a blessing to our center. So too has been the time between ministers. This time in particular has been most valuable in creating the opportunity for us to grow closer. We've ended up ministering to each other, so to speak, which I think is really healthy. Also, we have an ownership, which is very evident in our high level of volunteerism and service that we offer each other. And it's resulted in a productive community that cares for each other deeply. There's a solid foundation of love here.